Hi, I'm Brenda. Welcome to my apothecary and to Herbs Are My Answer. I love herbs and I depend on them. One of my very favorites is ginger. Ginger is a wonderful anti-inflammatory. It is also really, really good for your lymphatics. So if you happen to have a condition like lipedema or lymphedema, where your lymph doesn't drain properly, it is a wonderful way to use a natural product to help your body function better. We'll start by going to the kitchen. I'll teach you how to dry the ginger first, and then I'll teach you how to infuse it into an oil, which you can just rub on. You can also make it into an actual salve that's a little easier to manage if you want to do that as well. I'll meet you in the kitchen. This is my ginger root. You can buy it at any local grocery store. You can usually get organic as well as regular. And the first thing I do is look through it and make sure there isn't any mold. There's a little tiny bit on here, so we slice that off. And we're going to throw that away. And then you'll break off any little pieces and look for any mold in these areas. That's all you really have to do. Then we make sure that we wash it really good. I have this little chain scrubber that I like, so I use it on all of my stuff. All right, now all we have to do is slice it up a little bit, and then we'll pop it in our blender. We will be ready. Drop it in. And that's all there is to it. It just takes seconds. Then you spread it out onto a pan. I like to use a pan like this that is not, it can either be stainless steel, anything but aluminum. Glass also works fabulous. Then you just scrape it on. Spread it out. It'll look like that. And you put it in your oven on the very lowest temperature. Usually that's between 170 and 150. Once it's in there, you place it in the oven and you keep checking on it every couple of hours until it's dry. Okay, our ginger is dried, and we're going to need 1 cup of ginger and 2 cups of oil. The reason that we use dried ginger instead of the regular ginger is that it can develop mold fairly quickly, and so I always encourage you to dry your ginger first. I've actually found things online that say you don't have to, but when I've done that, it molds. Okay, so you take 1 cup of ginger and just pour it into your crock pot, and then we mix a variety of oils, and we come up with 2 cups. I'm going to start with avocado because it's one of my favorites. And I'm going to put in about a half a cup of this. Okay. Olive oil is really good for anti-inflammatory, and since this is really for anti-inflammatory, I always like to add a little bit of olive oil as well. And I'm going to put another half cup of this. Okay. I now have 1 cup of oil. I'll need 1 more. Emu oil is actually an animal oil, but it's quite helpful for arthritis and all sorts of pains. So I like to add that to my ginger oil because I use this on my legs for my lipedema. And jojoba oil is just wonderful because it helps get into the system quite rapidly, and it just feels wonderful. It's really smooth and kind of luscious. All right, so all you do is you just pour that in. Stir it up a little bit. Oh, it smells so good. I love that smell. Okay. Then you put on the lid, turn it on, keep it warm, let it set for about 24 hours. Then we'll come back and drain it out. Okay, the ginger is all strained, and ginger is a wonderful herb because you can often reuse it a time or two. And I'm going to kind of grab this up if I can, and I like to squeeze out the last little bit. Actually, this did pretty well. And then I'm going to put this into another jar, and I'll just put all of the ginger in here. And then I will fill this with another cup of oil, and I will let this sit on my heater vent for about 2 weeks, and then I'll be able to get additional oil from this same herb. All right, that's really all you do. Now I just pour it into a little jar. There we go. And make sure that you label it, and I will put today's date on it. This will usually keep for several months. If you're going to keep it more than that, I would put it in the fridge. But I go through my ginger oil very quickly because I literally put this from my toes to my hips twice a day, and it has helped dramatically with the inflammation of my lipedema and lipedema. So I really appreciate you joining us for the video, and we hope you have a lovely day and enjoy your ginger.